the best singer in the world, and we're talking about Roy Orbison. When he died 30 years ago, 1988, well, his legion of fans could no longer see him perform live.
But tonight, an audience at the Genting Arena in Birmingham will hear his hits like Oh Pretty Woman and Only the Lonely, sung once again by the man himself. Well, almost. Andy Bevan has more.
In August 1964, ITV produced a one-off special hosted by a 28-year-old softly spoken singer from Texas who was taking the music world by storm. This was Roy Orbison at the height of his chart-topping fame, the master of the emotional ballad, with black clothing and dark glasses to complete his introverted image. This is Roy Orbison in September 1987, his stalled career during the 1970s reborn, and the man they called the Big O was the hottest ticket in town. But 14 months later, he would die of a heart attack, aged just 52. But now, in 2018, Roy Orbison is once again packing concert venues across the country. 30 years after his passing, holographic technology has brought him back to life. Now, thousands of fans who remember the real Roy, as well as younger followers who've discovered him through the soundtracks to hundreds of films and TV shows, can see him perform. The hologram tour was the idea of the Star's three sons, who supervised every detail of his recreation. Speaking from his home in California, Alex Orbison dismisses claims that the hologram is creepy and an affront to his father's memory.
I value everyone's opinion and how they accept it. Once you see it, then I think those things change. And really for me, you know, to see my dad alive, I am one of the world's biggest Roy Orbison fans, separately from being a son. So the fan in me was very, 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 very excited.
Many moviegoers will recall their first sight of a hologram back in 1977, as Princess Leia pleaded for help in the original Star Wars. But since then, film and TV producers have used them to great effect. Elvis was seemingly back in the building when Celine Dion sang a duet with him on a 2007 edition of American Idol. Murdered rapper Tupac Shakur stunned the crowds by appearing alongside a very much alive Snoop Dogg at a California music festival in 2012. And millions watched on TV as the late Michael Jackson performed during the 2014 Billboard Music Awards 5 years after his death. Strictly speaking, none of those were holograms. Elvis was a series of old film clips and a body double, and the others used a 150-year-old theatrical technique called Pepper's Ghost, rather similar to the teleprompters in our studio. The image is projected flat below the stage, and a 45-degree sheet of glass then reflects it back to the audience. The Orbison hologram is much more complicated. The tour will play in huge venues where many people will be seated to the sides of the stage, so Roy's creators needed to make him appear as a 3D image. Not only that, but he'll be accompanied by the Royal Philharmonic Concert Orchestra playing live.
I was all right for a while.
We have an actor who's really well trained, doing all the body movements and so on. And then what we do is we go into post-production. We take the head off, we replace the head with a digital head, and sync up the music. It's magic.
It's a celebration of my dad's life, even though he's not here, and so it is lighthearted, and my dad was very funny. It's not this super, super serious. This would be Roy on a good night, enjoying himself for a big, a big audience.
Whether you're convinced by the illusion or whether you, well, see right through it, that voice is still as real as it ever was.
If you're lonely.
And just like his millions of fans, the team who put Roy Orbison back on stage agree that is something they could never recreate. Andy Bevan, ITV News.